What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Reggie Ortiz. Coming in tonight, I'm going to be reviewing K. Michelle's album, I Am the Problem. And let me start off by saying I loved it. Excuse me, I'm the problem. Anyway, y'all know how I be fucking up, but let's not even start there. Nonetheless, I'm the problem. That's my shit. Like, the album is great. It's a phenomenal album. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't think that I was going to like it. I didn't think that it was going to give me anything. I haven't really listened to K. Michelle in some years. And it's not because I don't fuck with her music or fuck with her necessarily. Um, I'm just one of those fans. I have particular things that I like from an artist. And I feel like K. Michelle kind of strayed away from that sound that I loved her for. You know, I loved Falling by K. Michelle. That was one of my favorite songs by her. How Many Times? It's All About Me. Repairman, the original Repairman, excuse me. I don't know why I want to keep saying that, but the original Repairman was better than the remake with that other beat that she did. So I like those types of songs from K. Michelle. And of course, Rebellious Soul was top notch. Like, that was that. Y'all know what's up. So I just love that album. And those songs from K. A lot of her earlier works before she ever even released Rebellious Soul is the K. Michelle that I originally started out with. So this album to me is kind of like classic K. Michelle. And we're going to get into that. I guess without further ado, let's get into the tracks. I also want to add also that I feel like I'm the Problem is the child of Rebellious Soul, so to speak. But then I guess not really, because it's a more mature version of Rebellious Soul. We gonna say they sisters. But let me start with the interlude from the beginning, or the intro, which also has two other parts to it. Excuse me. I like it. I think that it's very traditional to add intros and interludes onto a 19-track album with a bonus track. That was very nostalgic for me, very 90s. You could tell K. Michelle came up with us when it come down to that. That's what she was fucking with. So you know, they help explain the project and things of that nature. But I don't really feel like it's much else for me to really say about that. So I just talked about all three parts together. I loved it. I love what it brought to the project or to the album. And, you know, that was cool. So Memphis. I love that song. That's one of my favorites. It reminds me of My Life by K. Michelle on Rebellious Soul. Just a newer version. You know what I'm saying? It's basically just, you know, her telling her who she is. You know what I'm saying? What she been through. I was vibing with it. And I love the hook. I literally was playing it before I started filming this video. Like, I love that song. It's not my favorite track off of it. But I love it. I love that song. So yeah, that's how I feel about Memphis. Now, No Pain, I'm just going to cut straight to it and say that I didn't like it at first. I was feeling the sample, but then something about it was just off for me. And then when I did a second listen, because I ended up, when I woke up this morning, I went back and listened to the first half of the album again because I didn't make it through the full album last night. So I woke up, played it again from the beginning, and then No Pain came on, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking last night when I wasn't vibing with this shit? Like, the shit was hitting. And so yeah, I fuck with it. It's a grower. It's definitely one of them tracks where if you don't love it right away, you will grow to love it once you hear it more and more and more. So that's probably gonna end up being my favorite track on there. For real, for real. So yeah, that's how I feel about No Pain. So Blame Yourself. The lyrical content, I love it. Cause a lot of these motherfucking, I'm trying to refrain from the B word, but a lot of these B's, fuck that. A lot of these bitches, they need to blame theyself. That's just what it is. Fuck all of that. Like, just fuck that. They need to. And I vibe with that. I just wish that she had put it together in a different way. And maybe it's another one of those growers. I don't know. I don't see it for that song, though. Blame Yourself. I gave that one a thumbs down. I was not feeling it. I don't like the way the hook was put together or any of that. You feel me? So that's how I feel about Blame Yourself. Mm-mm. Love language. Love language. I like love language. I don't love language, but I like it. It's I mean, I like it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's just not one of my favorites, but I definitely will be playing it again. I'm feeling it. The vocals, she definitely did her thing. It's a classic K. Michelle ballad. I just wish that she sung it in a lower key. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was auto-tune or whatever the case is, and that's no shade. You know what I'm saying? Because me as an artist myself, you know, I know that mechanically, in order for it to be what you hear on the radio, there has to be some types of effects and things done to the natural raw vocals to make it sound that way. Um, However, I just was not feeling that part of it. I just wanted that strong shit because K. Michelle, as she's already expressed about how she is about country music, and that's really her main passion and her first love as far as music is concerned. Um, when it come down to country, I need that strong, sturdy tone where it's like from the back mountains. And K. Michelle, she from the South. She got that. She done produced that. You know what I'm saying? I done heard that. Where she done came out and that shit came from her fucking, she sung out and pushed up from her vagina, from her uterus. Like, sung the fuck out that shit. So, not that she didn't sing the fuck out of love language, but it just wasn't that strong, firm tone that I would have preferred it to be in. But I like love language. So You is one of my favorites. I think this probably my favorite one on the whole album because she sung for church funds and motherfucking choir robes. And it wasn't on some took it to church type shit. She just showed a versatility in her vocal range and the things that she can do. And I love that. Like, I love this song. I think that might be my favorite song on the whole album. She did what the fuck needed to be done. And I want to try to replicate it. Oops, battery. I want to try to replicate it, but I can't. Like, it can't. Like, She did that. I would love to see somebody do a cover of You on like one of these shows like The Voice or X Factor or American Idol or whatever the case may be. I think, is American Idol canceled or didn't it come back, or I don't fucking know. I never really just watched the shit for real, even when Nicki was on there, and I love Nicki. Um Nonetheless, anyway, yeah, I love that song. The production, again, is very classic, old school K Michelle to me, but with a modern sound, and I love that. Big Deal. Honestly, that shit could have just stayed in the drafts. I love you, K. I've heard you do your thing with the rapping and all of that before, but I'm not fucking with this one. It just sound rushed to me. It sound like it was not. It just don't sound put together right. It doesn't flow. That's what I should say. So no, this one definitely got a thumbs down from me. I don't even want to continue to talk about that one or dwell on it. So we just gonna move it right on along to some other songs that we like. Wherever the D May land, that's my shit. One of my faves. I fucked with it from the very moment I heard it, saw the video. Scotty introduced me to it. Listen, I fuck with that song. Like, I love that song. Like I said, my cousin introduced me to this, and it was a rap. Like steak, T-bone, meat falling off the bone. I fucked with it and still do. Like, that's just that on that. I promise you. Nonetheless, I really don't have much else to say about it. I mean, the lyrical content, the production, the flow, everything about it. It was on point. So I could definitely see that rocking in the club. I just wish that that song took off and did more than what it did. I don't think that it took off, or really it wasn't pushed how it should have been pushed, or it just didn't do what it should have done. Hurt Shit. So, Hurt Shit, I like it. It's also a K Michelle classic. I don't know if I really have much else to say about it. I'm not going to say it's a filler because, as I already said, it was a K Michelle classic, but I don't hate it. And it's not one of the ones that is just like my faves and I love it. So, yeah, moving along. So, I Cheat. That's my shit. Like, I understand exactly where she coming from with this song. I cheat. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a cheater because I don't want to scare off anybody that, could possibly be, the future Mr. Grooms. However, I just feel like I cheat. I cheat is relatable to me because I can understand why a person who's been cheated on so constantly and feels like, well, I'm only going to get cheated on anyway. I can understand that person cheating. And I felt that way before. Like, I might as well do what the fuck I want to do. But hey, whatever. It is what it is. I know that when I meet the right person and they are genuine and they are treating me right, because it's the difference between being mad at a person because y'all had a disagreement and being treated wrong. And I know when I have the person that's going to treat me right, that I can love freely and be with carefree and be with out in the open without worrying about being embarrassed later, then I won't have to worry about having those types of thoughts or having those types of feelings. But when you're not genuine, oh my goodness, I'm wearing one earring. When you're not genuine, you get what I'm saying? Um, then that would be something you would have to worry about from that type of person. Moving right along. Only one. Um, I'm not really sure how to feel about only one. I'm indifferent to it. Now, this is one that I would definitely call more of a filler. And maybe that's because I'm not feeling it. No pun intended. But, you know, yeah, we're going to move it along. Gangsta and Me, I don't really have much to say about this one either. I think that I would prefer that song if it was performed live. I feel like the production could have gave way more than what it gave with a title like that and a song like that. I get what she was trying to do with it, and I'm not saying that it was executed poorly. It just didn't hit the mark for me. So, yeah, live, I can hear myself enjoying that live, but on wax, that needs something. This man, let me tell you, this man had me sitting here, I'm talking about ready to cry, fighting the air, okay? First of all, she read me, probably herself, half of her listeners in her fan base that listened to that song she was dragging, because most of us done been in that position before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hit home. And it's real R&B. And that's what I love about this man. Yeah, she snapped. Honestly, it's between that one and You that may be for the top spot. Scooch, I hated it when I first heard it. People were sharing it and I ran to go see what it was. Yeah, it's not. We gonna keep it moving. God Knew. God Knew is You Gonna Cry's little sister. Like, straight up. Daughter something. But that's just what it gave me. Very, again, classic K. Michelle. I love the fact that she stuck to the authenticity of who she was, or she went back to her roots with who she was, so to speak, and experimented with different sounds as well. What more can you ask for? Same Damn Show. I like the song. I just wanted some more from the production. But she definitely sung her ass off and she gave a vocal range. She showed what she could do. She took it there, so I love it as far as that's concerned. But like I said, I just wanted more from the production. And K. Michelle's songs, because her sound is so particular, like a lot of artists, you have to really listen to the songs or the sound will start to blend in with everything else. And I feel like this is one of those songs for me. And so that's why I wish that it gave me a little bit more so that it did something else. Nonetheless, it's cool. I don't hate it. I don't love it. But I do like See. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. I'm not going to say that I dislike it. I'm indifferent to it. I think for a country song, it is a very good song. It definitely has that feel. I could see it being a hit in the country world, but because she's a black girl and a black R&B, country, hip hop artist, you know, who knows? because there are Black country artists out there that's doing their thing and still not receiving the recognition that they deserve. So I'm just wondering if Tennessee by K. Michelle would be suffering the same fate. It's definitely an acquired taste. Nonetheless, there are people who have the taste buds for it. And I like it in that sense, that there is an audience for it. And for what she tapped into, she executed correctly. So it's just not going to be for everybody. But you know, overall with this album, I think it's very solid. It's very reminiscent of Rebellious Soul. And I think that out of 10, I'm going to give this album a 7. I love it. I'm definitely going to be playing it. I can't say for many years to come. I can't say that it won't be for many years to come. But I just know that I'm going to be playing it right now because I got songs on here that I fuck with. I did not know that the album was coming out. And now that I heard it, and I heard it when it first dropped, I feel like I'm a part of that support. And I want to give Kay that support. So yeah, I love it. It's definitely a good album, and I feel like a lot of it will grow on me as I continue to listen to it. Y'all check out K. Michelle's new album, I'm the Problem. It should be on all platforms. And you tell me what you think. Get at me.